Each year, we do an update on the cheapest countries to live in the world. But this time around, we have ranked the most affordable countries out of all developed nations. We've done this because oftentimes the most cheapest countries lag behind on infrastructure, healthcare, safety, and other positive aspects. Some people can compromise on this and still move to such countries. But those who are accustomed to first world amenities find it hard to settle there. So the countries listed in this video are well-developed countries with first-class services and amenities, but at a fraction of the cost of the most expensive developed economies like Switzerland, Denmark, Canada, and the Netherlands. In conclusion, these countries are the cheaper options out of the more expensive and developed ones. All are ranked according to their Human Development Index. And for reference, we have also mentioned the average cost of living provided in US dollars for each country. But be aware, these countries are expensive for expats coming from developing nations. Though, for residents of high-cost countries such as the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Norway, or Switzerland, they are more affordable. So here are the most developed but affordable countries to live in the world. Number 15, Turkey. Spanning from Europe to Asia, Turkey is a transcontinental country with a complex and layered history. Among most, it is known for its Mediterranean beaches, fascinating culture, and the hair restoration procedures. It attracts around 58 to 60 million international visitors annually, out of which around 1.5 million visit here for cosmetic surgery and hair transplants. Apart from the tourism scene, Turkey is an excellent place to live for expats, digital nomads, retirees, and investors. While there are some troublesome trends including rising unemployment and inflation, its Human Development Index of 0.853 makes it the 42nd most developed nation in the world. This means its residents lead a good quality of life, boast well-equipped health and education sectors, along with strong economic opportunities. When it comes to living costs, if you work locally and earn in Turkish lira, the high inflation makes daily life expensive. On the other hand, if you earn a stable foreign currency like US dollar, euro, or pound, your purchasing power becomes massively stronger. When it comes to visa and residency options, Turkey has set a specific program for everyone, be it a passive earner, retiree, and even investors. Number 14, Montenegro. Tucked between the Adriatic Sea and the rugged Balkan Mountains, Montenegro is a compact nation of 650,000 people. The expat community continues to grow here, particularly in real estate and tourism sectors. It features one of the most breathtaking terrain in this part of Europe. Its 300 kilometers long coastline is dotted with charming villages and pristine beaches, while towns like Kotor, Budva, and Bar boast unique historic charm. Jobs are scarce here, especially for internationals, though its tourism sector is mostly run by expats. Beyond that, buying real estate here is very lucrative. Property taxes are low, and the buyer can acquire a residence permit if the property is valued at 150,000 euros. Most people invest in its seaside condo complexes and run Airbnb-style business afterwards. Despite being a young country, its Human Development Index is considerably high at 0.862. Cost of living is almost half than most of Western European nations. Groceries are affordable, as are public transportation costs and even healthcare. If you plan to live here, a monthly budget of $1,700 is sufficient. Besides the investment routes, Montenegro also grants visas to digital nomads and passive earners. To qualify, you only need prove a minimum monthly income of at $1,500 and clear criminal record. Number 13, Uruguay. Uruguay stands out in South America for its strong institutions, high per capita income, and some of the lowest levels of poverty and inequality in the region. Furthermore, it is the most safest as well as the most politically stable country of South America. And to top it off, more than 62% of its population belong to the middle class. All of these good aspects contribute to a high Human Development Index score of 0.862. The cost of living in Uruguay is also the highest in South America. But then again, even with high costs, it doesn't seem expensive for those who earn their income in stronger currencies, like US dollar, pound, or euro from back home. On average, a median monthly budget of $1,800 is more than enough to lead a good life in Uruguay. For most locals and South Americans, this sum is relatively high, but for retirees or remote workers hailing from top developed countries, it is considerably affordable. Number 12. Hungary. Many people are speculating that moving to Hungary right now is highly appealing, mainly because the country is navigating a massive political transition. Its incoming government plans to repair ties with the European Union, which evidently will open broader economical prospects. But whatever the uncertain future holds, Hungary will still remain one of the most developed nations in the world, with its current HDI score clocking at 0.870. It receives more than 50 million visitors annually, and for long-term affairs, the country attracts tech professionals, freelancers, retirees, and digital nomads from across Europe and North America. Its capital city of Budapest influences from both the East and the West, yet stays true to its own character. With a population of approximately 1.8 million, almost 8% of its inhabitants are of international descent, and roughly 46% are under the age of 30. So in regards to its youthful populace, the city is simultaneously hip and nostalgic, with a plethora of cultural events and outdoor activities. Besides work and business visas, the country also hosts a digital nomad visa. Qualifying applicants require a minimum income of $3,200 per month. Number 11. Chile. Besides Uruguay, Chile is the more developed country in South America. Even with its sheer size, it performs well in all positive indices like safety, infrastructure, quality of life, and economy. Most working expats initially move to its capital city of Santiago, which is a vibrant urban center set against the picturesque backdrop of the Andes Mountains, providing a unique and beautiful atmosphere. Expats interested in being surrounded by culture, arts, and a nightlife that rivals any big city in the world will feel right at home here. While retirees usually gravitate towards its coastal areas like Viña del Mar or the Lake District of Puerto Montt. The country's current Human Development Index is around 0.878, and the overall cost of living is estimated to around $1,500. Although, if you are a retiree, you should expect to spend anywhere from $1,800 to $2,200 per month. Number 10. Slovakia. Emerging from its socialist past, Slovakia has undergone a significant economic restructuring after its independence in 1993. Nowadays, it is an active member of the European Union and the Schengen area, with a developed economy, a decent standard of living, and a very safe environment. Its capital city of Bratislava remains the largest city and the main hub of the country, with a population of around 460,000. Its location in the very heart of Europe has made it an important trade route for all nearby EU countries. One can simply go on a day trip to nearby Vienna and Budapest by taking a bus or train from one of Bratislava's local stations. In addition, the city has a very low unemployment rate, and demand for skilled English-speaking expats is always high. Monthly cost of living in this city remains low compared to most Western European capitals, but the prices of groceries are steadily increasing. Number 9. Croatia. Croatia may be one of Europe's youngest countries, but the way it has excelled over the years is nothing less than a triumph. The country ranks very high in terms of safety, happiness, quality of life, and general well-being of its citizens. Plus, the country also offers subsidized healthcare. Both locals and expats can access the universal healthcare system, which is on par with Western European standards. Besides the general attributes, Croatia features a diverse geography and history. From historic forts and basilicas to azure waters and scenic nature reserves, it's easy to see why it is experiencing a growing wave in popularity as both a tourist and expat destination. Most expatriates relocate either to the big cities, especially Zagreb, where nightlife and cultural life is the norm, or to the seaside towns on the Adriatic coast. But thanks to the growth of the tourism industry, more and more people are moving to Croatia to set up businesses along the coast and in smaller rural areas. Number 8. Portugal. Portugal is currently experiencing a downward trajectory in most positive indices. Unemployment rate is higher than ever, the inflation rate is soaring, and there is visible political tension among the public. Some speculate that this downward trend is due to the re-acceleration of global energy prices, ongoing housing shortages, and unskilled labor migration from third world countries. But whatever the case might be, it is still, without a doubt, a developed country, with a high Human Development Index of 0.890. If you are moving from a top developed country and are not seeking employment here, you can reside here very well on a fraction of the price. But keep in mind, expenses in its prime retirement enclaves like the Algarve and the Silver Coast are on par with most Western European places. Number 7. Estonia. Since gaining independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, Estonia's economy has developed rapidly. The country now boasts booming tech and shipping industries, and its capital Tallinn is quickly becoming an entrepreneurial hub. Out of the 3 Baltic states, it is the most developed and most appealing for expats and digital nomads. But due to a high traction from internationals, the cost of living in Estonia is also the highest out of the 3 Baltic states. Nevertheless, the capital is still far cheaper than most major European cities, including nearby Helsinki in Finland. Integrating into the local society is also easy here. Cafe culture is prevalent in Tallinn, and there are many online social groups that gather in evenings. While Estonian is the official language, the locals also tend to speak good English, so you shouldn't have too much difficulty communicating. Overall, those adventurous enough to move to Estonia and give expat life in the country a chance will be rewarded with a low cost of living and good entrepreneurial opportunities, as well as a host of sporting and cultural activities. Number 6. Greece. Greece is an incredibly beautiful place to live, with plenty to explore and enjoy, from ancient historical sites to black sand beaches. The quality of life is high, and if you are earning above the average salary, you can live a relatively lavish life in this Mediterranean country. It has also emerged as one of Europe's most attractive destinations for expatriates, investors, and entrepreneurs looking for stability and opportunity. Currently, it ranks 33rd in the Human Development Index and holds the 40th position in the World Prosperity Index. Furthermore, the cost of living in Greece is about 25% lower than in Western Europe. To put into numbers, monthly expense ranges between $1,400 to $1,800 per month. Prime hotspots like Mykonos, Corfu, and Crete have a higher standard of living, driven by prime real estate, tourism, and luxury services, making them more expensive for residents. On the other hand, smaller cities and regional towns such as Thessaloniki, Patras, and Kavala offer a more affordable lifestyle, where individuals can live comfortably on a budget of $1,200 to $1,500 per month. Number 5. Cyprus. Although geographically Cyprus is closer to the Middle East, culturally, politically, historically, and economically, it belongs to Europe. The country is a full member of the European Union, with a high per capita income and a very high rate of human development, and is one of the most visited islands in the Mediterranean. All this significant growth that has taken place in recent years has magnetized many young people who have decided to stay permanently in this beautiful Mediterranean country. Generally, it is an excellent place to live if you prioritize a safe, relaxed Mediterranean lifestyle, warm weather, and a favorable tax environment. Living expenses have risen in Cyprus, but a single person can still live well for around $2,500 a month. Another thing to note is that Cyprus itself is de facto partitioned into the south, which is effectively under control of the Republic and accounts for 59% of the island, while the north is administered by the self-declared Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Number 4. Czechia. Aptly known as the Czech Republic, this is one of the most developed and industrialized economies in Central Europe. Expats moving to the Czech Republic are sure to fall in love with the country's beautiful architecture and atmosphere. Most new arrivals base themselves in the capital city of Prague, which is home to the European headquarters of many international companies. Recently, the city's economic structure has become less industrial and more service-based. Strong sectors include manufacturing, tourism, IT, and finance. All of these industries are ideal for expats seeking work in the Czech Republic. Though wages are not very high, most locals spend their whole paychecks on monthly spending with no financial security or savings. But if you earn or receive pension from back home, living here will certainly feel more inexpensive. The services sector here is very strong, boasting state-of-the-art healthcare system and excellent local transport system. When it comes to safety, the crime rate is very low in Czechia, but one thing expats should be cautious of are the tourist scams and pickpocketing. Number 3. Italy. Italy ranks as the 28th most developed country globally, with a Human Development Index of 0.915. For the most part, the highly developed regions of Italy are in the northern and central parts, while much of the south of Italy and the islands of Sicily and Sardinia still lag behind on infrastructure and public services. Same goes for cost of living. Median monthly spendings in northern regions is higher due to them being more developed, while median spendings in the south are way less. Most passive earners and retirees prefer to live in the south due to the low cost of living, and commute to the north if they need first-class health services. In contrast to this, working expats and students prefer living in the north thanks to the high-paying jobs and excellent education prospects. In the end, each region of Italy offers their own pros and cons. One can simply choose a region that suits their taste and preference. Number 2. Spain. According to the current published report, Spain ranks as the 27th most developed country out of 193 countries and demonstrates excellent indicators in all categories. The Iberian gem attracts albeit tourists, retirees, and expats who are permanently relocating for business opportunities, lifestyle benefits, and career advancement. However, its unemployment rate is still higher than most Western European countries, and professional salaries are typically below EU averages. But this is offset by its low cost of living, and if you earn from back home, you can still live quite lavishly in most of its cities, like Alicante, Almeria, Zaragoza, and Malaga, for under $2,000. But if you opt to reside in bigger metro cities like Madrid and Barcelona, expect to spend around $2,500 per month. Number 1. Slovenia. On the world stage, Slovenia ranks as the 19th most developed nation with a Human Development Index of 0.915. In recent years, its economic growth rate has outpaced most of the major EU member states, and the country has enjoyed rising incomes, growing domestic consumption, and falling unemployment. Its quality of life and happiness index is also in the top 10 along with countries like Switzerland, Austria, and Scandinavian nations. Even with its small size, it offers a diverse terrain and lifestyle, with blends of alpine landscapes along with mountain ranges, and a short Adriatic coastline. Aside from its scenery, its capital city of Ljubljana has so much to offer in terms of culture, cuisine, architecture, and so on. The sizable international community and student population makes it an open-minded and diverse part of the country. What's more, English is widely spoken here, and there are many job openings for expats in fields of healthcare, IT, engineering, and finance industries. Thanks for watching. If you find this video informative, be sure to leave a like. If not, then a dislike. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.